King and the Shepherd. A simple story. There was a great kingdom far away where the king was famous for his subjects. There was peace and tranquility in this kingdom, and every person was happy with his life. The king was a lover of justice, wise and kind-hearted, but sometimes he took pride in his guru, power and wealth, but sometimes his heart was inclined towards understanding the real life of the subjects. One day the king said to his minister, "I have created an environment of peace and happiness in my kingdom, but I want that people should always bow before my greatness and power." The minister nodded his head at this and started praising him, but the king felt some insinuation in his words. He wanted someone to praise him truly, and for knowing the opinion of his subjects he asked a wise man of his court. They consulted, and the wise man said with a bow, "Your Majesty, true praise and respect are received only when you can know what is in people's hearts. Now to enter the hearts and minds of the subjects, you will have to live your life like them." The king paid heed to the wise man's words and decided that he would present himself as a common man and observe the lives of the subjects closely. So, he left his royal attire and went out in ordinary attire. He had no guard or minister with him. He disguised himself as a shepherd and set out towards the mountains and forests. While walking, the king reached a valley where a shepherd was grazing his sheep. The shepherd looked happy and cheerful, although he had neither wealth nor any big comforts. The king wanted to know the secret of his happiness. He told the shepherd that he had a common man's wife and a big brother. The king decided to talk to the shepherd and asked the shepherd, "Hey shepherd, do you ever face any problem in your life? I see that you always keep smiling. After all, what is the secret of your happiness?" The shepherd replied while smiling, "My happiness is the condition of my heart. It has nothing to do with wealth or status. I earn my living by hard work for my sheep. I keep a palace and am content with my life. I do not need any big luxuries. Whatever I have, I am happy with my situation." The king asked the surprised one, "Do you ever feel like living in some other life? Do you not wish to live in a big palace or have immense wealth?" The shepherd laughed and said, "I can live like a king, but there is no real peace in this. For me, peace and happiness is in the earnings of my hard work, and the peace of my heart is more valuable than any palace or luxury and comfort." The king was impressed by his words, but at the same time he thought that it is still better to make the shepherd feel bad about his greatness and status. He said to the shepherd, "If I give you a big palace and immense wealth, are you ready to leave your present life?" The shepherd remained silent for some time and then said, "If the peace of my life is lost, then why should I give up my simplicity and hard work in search of happiness for the benefit of this wealth?" The king paid attention to the words of the shepherd and started thinking about his words in his heart. He thought that the shepherd was a common man, but he felt wisdom and knowledge in his words. After this, the king spent more time with the shepherd and got to know his life closely. The king stayed with the shepherd for many days, worked with him and understood his origin. During this, he started liking the simplicity and hard work of the shepherd a lot. He realized that real happiness is the happiness of the heart, and it cannot be got through wealth and luxury. One day the shepherd asked the king, "My dear, who are you? Your clothes, style and talk are somewhat different. You really don't look like a shepherd." The king called the shepherd Sai. And he said, "I am the king of this world. I came to know what is going on in the hearts of my people and how happy they are. I have seen that peace and happiness in your life which I did not find even in the treasury of my world." The shepherd remained silent for some time, then said, "Your Majesty, I have come to know that real happiness is the condition of the heart. Your heart is like this thought, and if you are pure, you find peace, no matter what your condition is." The king learned this lesson, that the greatest happiness in life lies in simplicity and wisdom, and the wealth of the heart is more valuable than wealth. He thanked the shepherd and rewarded him handsomely. Then he went back to his palace and started working to make the world even better. After returning, The king made new laws for his subjects which were based on simplicity, justice and real happiness. He became the protector of people's real happiness and peace. The king followed simplicity in his life and used the shepherd's teachings for his world. This practice of the latter not only brought peace to him but also increased love and respect for him in the hearts of his subjects. An atmosphere of real happiness and peace was established in his world. The king now lived in the hearts of his people and people praised his justice and simplicity. The lesson of this story is that real happiness and peace is not in the power of anything but in the state of a changed heart. A person who lives with simplicity and generosity is always happy and content. Instead of wealth and power, humanity and desire the means